Raul Sanchez comes from a place south where the sun shines fiercely. He didn't bring any today, but that's where indigenous and European cultures collided. He is a DJ, a translator, and a cook. His inaugural collection, All Our Brown Skin Angels, has been nominated for the Washington State Book Award in Poetry for 2013. And I think he has copies available after the reading. So let's give it up for Raul Sanchez.
Thank you very much. Before I start, I need to acknowledge all of you. So smile and say hello. Hola. All right. There you are. There you are.
All of them too.
Oh, this guy's over here. All right. I always recognize the audience because your patience has witnessed the last crawl. Everybody's so patient, they're all wait, they're all quiet, they're all attentive. So thank you so very much. Okay, so this is going to be rapid fire. We want a lot of quick raps. We'll begin with the first one here. As Aaron said, I come from a place where the sun shines fiercely. Where I'm from, this is a poem that George and the Lion wrote, and it's used in many workshops. This is my take on it. I am from Cazuelas de Barro, from mole and tamales. I am from the restaurant my father owned, my burning mouth remembers. I am from the honeysuckle creeper, the fig tree jacaranda, whose long gone limbs I remember as if they were my own. I am from fiestas and piñatas, from late nights and early mornings, from chocolate caliente. I am from apúrate y cállate, from Reyes Magos y dulces. I am from Victor and Elena, and más vale tarde que nunca. I am from Mexico, Barrio Norte, caldo de hongos, from Paso del Norte to work the fields, good times, from familia, from mother's closet stash of letters sent and received, for hand embroidered I love yous. I am from learning English in my youth, from hard work, from love still growing along my family tree. Thank you. So you all know all that bullshit law in Arizona, SB 1070?
Yeah.
Behind the barbed wire. In the olden days, Southwest folks lived along dusty border towns before there was a fence, before there was a wall. Now they live fenced in, lined up against the wall. And this is for the folks standing outside Home Depot. Wind. Invisible men standing outside Home Depot. The wind knows their name. Because they're invisible. Brown angels at work. Brown angels are everywhere. We observe them mowing lawns, raking, blowing leaves, dangling from tall buildings, washing windows, painting, roofing houses. They are in your kitchens, serving, smiling. They park your cars out in all kinds of weather. Watch them picking fruits and vegetables, breaking their backs. On freeway ramps, we witness them selling flowers, oranges. Brown angels are attending church, going to night school, college bound. These angels don't fly. They walk the same sun-baked earth that you and I do, sowing seeds of prosperity deep down in this American soil. This economy's wheels turn on the axles of immigrant sweat. Brown angels sweat. Lately, the wheels are stuck in intimidation's muck, discrimination's muck. If brown angels could fly, hover over fertile fields and cities of this American land, they would perform miracles. Milagros. Smoking Poet, online edition. The shelter of your chest. Guard my backside from the thin knives of their greedy eyes. Guard me between azaleas and marigolds. Guard me between wood and musk in your misty meadow. Guard me between the roots of cedar and maple in your snow-covered mountains. Guard me burrowed in the wet sand, ocean waves brush. Guard me between twilight and the early light, between mist and rain, thunder and storm. In the rainbow, guard me between azure and purple. Guard me between the sheets of your bed, tucked in like bold socks. Guard me from disdain. Guard me. Guard me inside, outside, over and under, and beside you. Let us guard each other from the fallible. Keep that torchlight on. Raise your red rose. I am your warrior. I presume all of you have a pet. It's better if it is a dog. This is Dr. Wallace Stevens. Poetry is a destructive force. The dog is like another guy in the body of a peaceful beast. He owns his muscles. He lounges while we do our jobs. His job is to guard the house. His nose close to his paws. He is not miserable. He has no worries. I do and feel miserable.
Nice.
So I was in Arizona last week to visit my in-laws, and they're all getting very frail and older. And this is what I witnessed at the community pool. Every wrinkle tells a story. Two retired lawyers and a friend walk slowly in the pool walking lane. They talk about recurring cases in the news. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer. Their friend spoke with a thick Eastern European accent that led me to think, after noticing a crude 6 number tattoo on his left forearm, that perhaps he could have been a child in Auschwitz. The three men walked slowly from one end of the pool to the other, changing stories as I immersed my head in the water, down to the blue tile line. Me on one end, they on the other. They moved rhythmically, like a set of bobbling heads above the water. Their story reflected on their sun-baked faces, white hair and tan, wrinkled skins. And this has an input from Jorge Luis Borges, Una Brújula, a poem that I've seen twice in 2 anthologies, and the translator took the liberty of translating the last line of the last word of the third line. It's a very simple Spanish word, but whatever. So I have an issue with translators. Lo que importa, after Una Brújula, or Compass, by Jorge Luis Borges, and an input from John Burgess. We know John Burgess, poem number 49. Here is the matter. All things we see in the world, we must refer to in language, by words with strange names. Atoms are the matter we see. We give names: stainless steel, sand, stones, and paint. And the same things have different names: acero inoxidable, arena, piedras, y pintura. Rose-free stahl, Udersen, Polsen, und Schminken. What we make with these things, how we use these things, is relevant, edifying, constructive. We remove the sand and stones, erect steel towers, adorn the towers with stainless steel, cover them with paint, and glass windows made out of sand. We make guns from steel and bullets with lead. We make cannons to blast somebody else's painted towers back to the sand and rocks. But manners is what we do with all things. And speaking of translation, has anybody heard any translation of sound? Okay. So this is from John Burgess. He was here last fall. His original poem is the input from Howl by Rob Epstein and Jeffrey Freeman, the director. Flap, 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 flap. My translation. Tra 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 tra. What is it? What is it? Okay, the old movies, the old film, at the end. Okay, so translating sound is not easy, but there you go. All right. All right, I tried to get my daughter to write poetry with me, and she gave me a present for my birthday last November. I'd like to share that with you. You all right? Yeah. Go with it? Okay. My Crazy Poet Dad by Marina Isabel Sanchez. My crazy poet dad is crazy about poetry. All day and all night he complains about not writing more poems. I love my crazy dad. One day I will be as crazy when I become a poet, Mom. So even if your mom and dad aren't crazy about poetry, they are crazy about something. You may already know, or maybe you will have to find out. So, my daughter. And the last one here, this was accepted by Clover Bellingham for Marty. Marty Matz was one of the last beat poets. He passed away in 2001. Marty traveled Mexico's empty roads, moving backwards in time to find Coca-Cola, Singer sewing machines, and pool tables. He called them the unholy trinity. Marty dedicated poems to all he knew, and this goes to him. Pot-smoking poet immersed in pipe dreams, found on the outskirts of dusty roads, climbing hills dressed in yellow leaves with rattlesnake breath and elephant dreams. The green cocoons become butterflies, released by the seashore, when the shaman puts the jigsaw puzzle piece back in the black hole we call sky. The monsoons, living water to dampen the quickest spirit, bring down the highest mind, thunderbird glyphs etched on bones. Let those dreams swing wrapped in hammocks, gardenia fragrance, too sweet for the tiger claws. Alchemy of love stitched on the butterfly jaws. Hey lady, bring your ivory towers, plant your roots next to the copulating earthworms by the temple doors. Please unravel your cosmic eyes, let them cascade down your shoulders to your lovely hips. My pendulum grows and glows from heart to ear. Please ease my clock's inner frenzy. I am hanging on the tips of maguey spines where the skulls are pale, transfixed by the sunlight and the spinning mirrors. The rancid stench of putrid lives live under the gray sky. Mexico's dirt and grime, unexplored madness. Only the stoplight clowns know where to find. Madness lurks and howls, cloying thoughts, waiting for the green hummingbirds to break the purple dawn and taste the sugar mountains. of the unknown, alone with the stones below. Thank you very much.